Good evening. Here is the world news from our studio BGI TV, Baba Bagide Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Moriwe Rebilonawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Southwest governors blast Malami IGP over face-off between police, Sanwo-Olu. Security agent won't have peace in 2022 until Nnamdi Kanu is released, IPOB. Suspected kidnapper remanded in Ekiti. Lekon Balogun endorsed as next Olubadan. Oromoni, Lagos government clears 5 Dowen students. Staff orders release of suspects. Still on Oromoni's death, Lagos DPP exonerates Dowen College students, staff school. Man 41 arrested with fresh human parts in Lagos. And to foreign, per se, confessed killer made of a Benin's mother for accomplices remanded in Benin, in prison. And also to the foreign, per se, man freed after 37 years due to sex for lies false witness. And finally on sport, Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea striker, makes public apology and returns to training ahead of Tottenham Carabao Cup clash. Now the news in details. Governors in the southwest region of the country have condemned the incident that occurred in Magodo Phase 2 Estate area of Lagos State, where a chief superintendent of police, CSP, failed to listen to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's instruction over invasion of the estate by policemen. In a statement issued by the governors, which the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, personally signed, stated that the attitude of the CSP was not only disgraceful but also disconcerting. In a viral video on Tuesday, the police officer was seen to be replying to Lagos State Governor, who had gone Magodo Residential Estate to mandate and mediate over the land dispute, that only the Inspector General of Police (IGP) and the Attorney General of Police can instruct him to leave the estate with his men. While describing the incident as a brazen assault on decency, Akeredolu, in the statement issued on Wednesday, lashed out at the Attorney General Abubakar Malami over his role in the situation, as he termed it as an act of gross moral turpitude. Akeredolu also stated that the IGP must explain the justification for the intrusion, maintained that President Muhammadu Buhari must rein in the excesses of those under him. The chairman of the Southwest Governors, who assured Sanwo-Olu of his colleagues' support, however, advised the Lagos State Governor to deploy the Amotekun Corps for effective protection and security of his people. The content of the video is very disconcerting, and this is being charitable. The utter disrespect, which underlines the response of the officer to the governor, establishes beyond doubt the impracticability of the current system, dubiously Christian federalism, an arrangement which compels the governor of the state to seek clarifications on security issues in his jurisdiction from totally extraneous bodies or persons, is a sure recipe for anarchy. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Wednesday disclosed what to expect in the days ahead in 2022. IPOB said Nigerian security operatives will have no peace of mind until its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is released. Emma Powerful, the spokesman of IPOB, said God would torment security agents until they release Kanu unconditionally. In a statement signed by Powerful, IPOB declared that the struggle for the actualization of Biafra will be successful. According to Powerful, we are the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our prophet and indefatigable liberator, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu. We wish to commend Biafrans, friends of Biafra and lovers of Biafra freedom for their resilience and efforts towards the actualization of Biafra independence. We want to declare that the Nigerian government and its security agencies will have no peace of mind unless they release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unconditionally, because our God will torment them. Kanu is on the divine project and nobody will hold him and have no peace of mind. An Ekiti State Magistrates Court sitting in Ado Ekiti has granted an order to remand a 38-year-old man, Yakubu Wakili, in Nigerian Correctional Center, Ado-Ekiti. In his pronouncement, Magistrate K. Williams said the defendant is to be remanded at the Nigerian Correctional Center, Ado-Ekiti, pending the issuance of legal advice from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. According to the charge, Wakili is responsibly and reasonably suspected to have committed the offense of kidnapping of Ojo Ayobami, Abanikade Akainde, and Abanikade Serifat, and also maliciously damaged cassava and yam farms belonging to Daramola Omoni Michael and Oloroshola Akintoye. The police prosecutor, Inspector Bamigbade Olumide, said the offenses run contrary to and are punishable under Section 3, Bracket A of the Kidnap and Terrorism Prohibition Law of Ekiti State 2015 and Section 451 of the Criminal Code Cap C16 Laws of Ekiti State 2012. A victim's husband who reported the matter at the police station said his 42-year-old wife traveled to Ikole, Ekiti on December 18, 2021 to process a palm kernel when he expected her to come back but did not see her. He called her phone line. While answering, she was crying, adding that she had been kidnapped alongside others on their way back to Ikole, Ekiti. Thereafter, he put several calls to the line, but she did not pick anymore. 10 out of the 11 Olubadan in council members Wednesday endorsed the nomination of the Otun Olubadan High Chief Lekan Balogun as the next heir to the throne of Olubadan, as the Osi Olubadan High Chief Rashidi Ladoja was absent. The endorsement followed the ratification by members of the Olubadan in council during a press conference held at the ancient Makbo Hall, Ibadan. Disclosing the development at the conference that was boycotted by the Osi Olubadan High Chief Rashidi Ladoja, Iyalode of Ibadan, Chief Mrs. Teresa Oyekomi, the Osi Balogun of Ibadan High Chief Tajuddin Ajibola debunked the insinuation in some quarters that there is a legal tussle on the succession to the Olubadan throne. He also dispelled the insinuation relating to the health of a willingness of the new Olubadan designate, saying all the negative media reports had nothing to write home about. He said there was no iota of truth in the rumor going round about who will become the next Olubadan of Ibadan land, adding that we have endorsed the Otun Olubadan High Chief Lekan Balogun as the next Olubadan of Ibadan land. This is a decision that was taken by 10 out of 11 Olubadan in council, and there is no going back on it. It is the tradition that we need to follow to the letter, Ajibola said. Also, in his contribution, the Ekarun Olubadan of Ibadan land, High Chief Amidu Ajibade, maintained that the Olubadan stool cannot be politicized, stressing that the case in court has nothing to do with who becomes the next Olubadan. The Lagos State government has cleared 5 students and 5 employees of Dowen College accused of complicity in the death of 12-year-old Sylvester Oromoni. The state cleared them as well as the school following the legal advice of the Director of Public Prosecution DPP, Ms. Adetutu or Shinusi. Channel Television obtained a copy of the legal advice which was addressed to the Deputy Commissioner of Police, State Criminal Investigation Department (SCID), and the trial magistrate, Magistrate Olatubosun Adeola. According to the advice, the interim and final autopsy report issued by the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and toxicology report of post-mortem samples and that of the Central Hospital, Warri, were in agreement as to the cause of death, namely septicemia, lobar pneumonia, and acute phlebitis of the right ankle and acute bacterial pneumonia due to severe sepsis. The result of toxicology is also not indicative of any toxic or poisonous substance in the body of the deceased. The DPP's legal advice therefore concluded that based on these findings, there is no prima facie case of murder, involuntary manslaughter, and or malicious administration of poison with intent to harm against the 5 students: Favor Benjamin, age 16, Michael Kashamu, 15, Edward Bagwe, 16, Ansel Temile, 14, and Kenneth Ian, 15. The Lagos State government has absolved the 5 students and 5 employees of Dowen College, Lekki, Lagos, accused of the death of Sylvester Oromoni, 12, a student of the school, also cleared by the government from being responsible for the death of the young boy and nephew to Delta State's Deputy Governor Kingsley Otuaro, was a management staff of the school. The students exonerated by the government through the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, were Favor Benjamin, 16, Edward Bagwe, 16, Ansel Temile, 14, Kenneth Ian and Michael Kashamu, 16, son of late Senator Buruji Kashamu. Staff cleared were Selina Udwak, Valentine Iwokweze, Ahmed Bariu, Adesoya Olusegun, and Mr. Adeyemi. Still on the world news from BGI TV, the Lagos State Police Command has arrested a man with fresh human part, which included the wrists, hands, and flesh in the Ikorodu area of Lagos. During interrogation, the 41-year-old suspect, Sikiru Kolawole, disclosed that the human parts were those of a male corpse exhumed from Sabo Cemetery. He further disclosed that an Islamic cleric, whose identity he did not reveal, told him to gather parts to prepare a sacrifice that would make him rich. According to Kolawole, my business has not been moving. When I complained to a friend, he directed me to Alpha, who told me to get some human parts. Upon inquiry, I was told I could get fresh human parts at the cemetery. I went to Sabo Cemetery on Ibobo Road, Ikorodu, dug a fresh grave, and severed the needed parts, which were the hearts, 2 wrists, and flesh from a male corpse. Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, AIG Akeem Odumosu, who confirmed the arrest, said a knife suspected to have been used to sever the body parts from the corpse and a stick, as well as the body parts, were recovered from the suspects. He added that he would be charged to courts. A suspected killer of a former governor, Loki Igbenedo's mother, Mrs. Maria Igbenedion, Dominion Okoro, and her accomplices were on Tuesday remanded in Edo Correctional Center by Ebini High Courts. The accomplices are Patience Okoro, 39, Francis Tega, 51, Ezekiel Danjuma, 24, and Abraham Kuje. Justice Efe Ikponwoba remanded the accused persons in Correctional Center pending advice from the Director of Public Prosecution of the State Ministry of Justice. Earlier, the prosecutor CSP Peter Unguba told the court that the suspects were charged with murder, accessory to murder, negligent act, causing harm, and robbery, among other offenses. He said the suspects were arrested on December 3rd, 10, and 13 in Benin, Edo State, Aba in Abia State, and Ikom in Cross River State, respectively. The prosecutor further told the court that the prime suspect, Okoro, a cook to the deceased on December 2nd in Ubo, GRA Benin, killed her and stole her 100,000 naira, a golden wristwatch, and a necklace, and absconded. Now to foreign story. An American man was freed from prison Tuesday after 37 years in a case marked by detectives who allegedly offered a witness sex and drugs at the police headquarters in 1983 in exchange for false testimony. The trial witness was charged with perjury just days after Willie Stokes was convicted of murder in 1984, but Stokes didn't learn about that perjury plea until 2015, decades into a life sentence. Stokes, 61, walked out of state prison near Philadelphia, eager to get a hug from his mother and a corned beef orgy. His mother was too nervous to come after several earlier disappointments, so he greeted other family members instead. Today is a tremendous day. We are all very thankful, said his lawyer, Michael Diamondstein. However, it's also a sad day because it reminds us of how lawless, unfair, and unjust Philadelphia law enforcement was for so long. Both the detective who allegedly offered witness Franklin Lee a sex for lies deal to help them close a 1980 murder case are now deceased. Lee was in custody on related rape and murder charges at the time and said he was also promised a light sentence. I felt weak and went along with the offer, Lee told a federal judge in November, recalling his testimony at a May 1984 preliminary hearing when he claimed Stokes, a neighborhood friend, had confessed to killing a man during a dice game named Leslie Campbell. Now to sports story. After standing Lukaku down for Sunday's 2-2 Premier League draw with Liverpool, Thomas Tuchel has since cleared the hair talks with striker. Tuchel has also revealed Lukaku will be fined. Watch Chelsea-Tottenham match next. Romelu Lukaku says it is up to him to restore trust after making a public apology to Chelsea head coach Thomas Tuchel, his teammate and the club supporters over his recent interview. Tuchel confirmed on Tuesday that Lukaku is in contention to return for Chelsea in Wednesday's Carabao Cup semi-final against Tottenham. Having stood down the club record signing down for the Sunday's 2-2 Premier League draw with Liverpool. In an interview aired by Sky in Italy, Lukaku said he was not happy with the situation at Chelsea and indicated he had issues with Tuchel's styles of play. To the fans, I'm sorry for the upset that I caused, Lukaku said in an interview with the club website. You guys know the connection that I have with this club since my teenage years, so I totally understand you guys being upset. That was the world news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. Southwest Governors blast Malami, IGP over face-off between police, Sanwo-Olu. Security agents won't have peace in 2022 until Nnamdi Kanu is released, IPOB. We also brought to you suspected kidnapper remanded in Ekiti. Leko Balogun endorsed as next Olubadan. We also brought to you Lagos government clears 5 Dowen students, staffs, orders release of suspects. Still on Oromo's death, Lagos DPP exonerates Dowen College students, staff, school. Man, 41, arrested with fresh human parts in Lagos. Also, we brought to you confessed killer made of Igbineto's mother. 4 accomplices remanded in prison. And to follow it, man freed after 37 years due to sex for lies, false witness. And finally, sport. Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea striker, makes public apology and to return to training ahead of Tottenham Carabao Cup clash on Wednesday. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. You can link up on YouTube, Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates. On Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for updates as well. On Instagram, Gbagede Imo _22 for advert placement of your goods and services and products and coverage of events as well. The phone number to call is right streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from every nook and corners of the world you're watching from. I am yours faithfully, Moriri Regidono.